Hi everybody, I am Husky Light. Another quickie. This is the personal relationship reading, either for couples, normal couples, twin flames as well. It can also be adapted for business as well. If you're starting and thinking up a business with somebody, or you're working with somebody, something that, as long as there's two of you, it can be done that way, so it works out really well. So I thought I'd put an example of that up as well. It's a recent reading that I've done, and it just gives you an idea of what to expect when you get a reading, a personal reading from me. So yes, enjoy. Okay, so the camera's down so we can see the cards. It is a huge spread, and it does cover quite a lot of things. They're all pointing at me. If I try and turn around to you, I'll just completely confuse myself. I need to be able to look at it this way. So what I will do, as I go through the cards for you, I'm going to put them like this. I'm just going to bring out each set and put it in front of you. So in the position, we've got 3 cards for each section, in the position of what it is that you want. That's better, you can see them all. We've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Devil, and we've got the 5 of Wands. So with the Hanged Man, you want the answers to things that are going on at the moment with regards to this potential relationship. You want spiritual enlightenment, which is you're coming for a reading. You want things to become clear to you, and you want knowledge. You want knowledge and maybe a certain understanding of the past as well in order to go forward, and you want to be able to look and view things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, and think about things differently. You really want to see the answers, which you can do if you look at things from a different perspective and look at things from above and not put everything into the little boxes. As you're a male, you tend to categorize everything, you tend to put things in little boxes, and you tend to not be able to connect the dots and the connections between things, situations, things going on in your life. So you want an understanding, and you want to learn the knowledge of the future. We've got the Devil card. So the Devil card is telling you, or telling me, that you want that little devil on your shoulder to stop talking. You want that little devil to stop saying to you, it's not going to work, it's no good, just get your head down, get some work done. Doesn't matter, she doesn't see anything in you. What a waste of time. She's in a relationship, for God's sake. Why would she even be looking at me? All of those little doubts are running through your head at the moment, and you want to stop them. You also are very well aware of certain traits or habits that you've got that you want to stop, whatever that is, whether it's drinking or not eating healthily enough. There is something there as well. Or maybe it's the fact I think you're actually older than her. I don't know by how much, but I think you're older than her, and maybe that's coming into it as well a little bit. But it's all these little niggly thoughts that come through from the devil. Say, I'm not good enough, she won't like me, all this is a load of crap, what's happening? All of those doubts, insecurities, you want them to stop. And you also want the internal struggles that you're going through to stop, because again, the devil is having something to do with that. But it's also your negative thinking and your sometimes the way you do look at things is this internal struggle. It might be slightly to do with spirituality, this internal struggle that's going on with you. Do I believe in things? Do I not believe in things? How does this work? Trying to get to the bottom of certain things that you feel about, that you think you believe about, that you're not sure of, and you're almost having a battle for life, and you want that to stop. You don't want to have this internal conflict that's going on. But you will meet challenges and you will overcome the challenges. You will overcome all of these things because your will is very strong. Your mind and your soul are very strong. You're already looking into, having a reading and that, which is quite unusual for a male to do that sometimes. Your left and right brain is already working in tandem together. And you will get through the struggles. You will get through them, and you will get through the obstacles, as long as you look at them with a positive attitude, with positive affirmations, and be aware of when you get these niggling doubts, exactly why they're there. They're just the universe testing you. Do you really, really want this? Do you really want this to happen? Are you sure you want this to happen? This is all your internal stuff and your little devil, and wanting to know the real truth and wanting to know what's really going on. So let's move on to her side of things. Let me turn these around for you. She's got the Nine of Swords. Sorry, let me start again. She has got, go this way this time, she's got the Six of Wands, she's got the Knight of Coins, and she's got the Nine of Swords. So obviously she wants victory, she wants lack of trauma, she wants success, and she wants triumph in her relationship, in her life. At the moment she's confused, she's worried, she doesn't want any of this. She feels like she has been going through a struggle, but she will come through that struggle, and then there will be a period of victory after that struggle. She wants to know that she has confidence, complete confidence in what she is doing, in what her life purpose is, in where she's going, in the decisions that she's made, and she wants to have the confidence to know that she's doing the right thing, that that's what she's supposed to be doing. But she's not got that confidence at the moment, but that's what she wants in her life. The Nine of Swords, obviously, she doesn't want to worry. She doesn't want disappointments, despair. She's got a fear of loss. A lot of the worries that she's got, she is overstating in her mind. A lot of them are actually illusions, and nothing is as bad as she thinks it is, but she will worry and blow some of the worries that she's got out of proportion, and she wants to not have to do that anymore. It's a drain on her energy. It can bring her down. She can put on the sunny smile at face at work and put on the mask, but sometimes internally there is a lot of worry there that she's going through, and it's past. A lot of it is past experiences that she's been through that she worries about. And again, worrying if she's doing the right thing, worrying what's going on, worrying what's going to happen. She does not want to have to do that. And we've got the Knight of Coins as well, in the what she wants section on her side. It's a very green card. It's a very material card, but also I see it as having a lot of green for heart chakra. She does have a lot of heart. She wants things. She wants patience. She wants to do things in a way that are methodical, which will achieve success. She wants to do things in a slow and steady way. She's a very good worker at work, and she the things that she tends to apply at work, she applies to other areas of her life, like relationships and things like that. And she wants things to be evenly paced. She wants patience. She wants things to go the right way. She is very compassionate. She's very thoughtful. She wants a rest as well. She does feel like, because of the worry that's going on in her head, she wants to rest. She wants to sit back. She wants to relax a little bit, but she can't relax. She knows that if she does things in the right way, things will progress and things should work out the way that she wants them to, or she thinks they will. There is a stagnant situation around her which is going to change soon. Something's going to fly in and make that change. And it's obviously relationship based, with it being a relationship reading. So something that is going on in her life is going to come in and start to change things. And it's going to come in pretty swiftly. And to a certain extent, subconsciously, she wants these changes because she does not want to have to worry. She does not want to have to worry. Nobody wants to worry, but sometimes it does get to her and it does wear her down, and it does make her feel like she wants a rest. Right, in this next section we've got, on your side and on her side, we have got the what you need. What needs to happen, what you don't need to happen, but sort of on a core level, what is needed, what you need, whether you're aware of it or not. So the three cards on your side, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Coins, the Four of Coins, and the Page of Swords. So obviously the Seven of Coins is, you want your harvest to come in. You know that you still have to wait for your harvest to come in, for your rewards to come within this relationship, and you're waiting, and you're waiting patiently, and you want that harvest to come in, and you want to be able to start on the good stuff. But there is also obviously a waiting period for this to happen. You're assessing, you need to assess where you're up to, where you think you're up to, in terms of spiritual progress, in terms of how you think, what you feel, internal work. You need to have a look at all of this in order to move forward. Obviously material gain, you want the material gain to come in. You want the changes to come in that are going to bring that material gain, which is obviously going to help with any future, not only yourself, but with any future relationship as well. But you actually need to spend a little bit of time in solitude. You need to be asking yourself some inner questions, and you need to be able to expand and improve on your positiveness, on your spiritual affirmations. I am wonderful, I am brilliant, I am fantastic, I can do this, I am going to achieve this, I have achieved this. This is what you need. You need to plan your moves. You need to plan your moves carefully. And you did ask me an extra question, which shouldn't be in a relationship reading, but you did, and it will come about. The material question that you asked me will come about, but you might have to wait a little bit longer, which is indicating, but I know that you need that to come in. It does talk with the Four of Coins of also what you need is, you need to have solid foundations, and you need to have solid foundations in place for the chance of any sort of relationship. You need sound judgment. You do have a good eye for business matters and things like that. and I think you're also quite good with money, but you are very well aware and need to have solid foundations in place for things to move forward. You need to believe more in yourself. You need to believe more that you are also on the right path and that your focus is in the right direction. And it is. You to keep going. You're to. It's not quite here yet. It's not, and you need to know that you need to keep working. You need to keep working towards what you want. You need to set your intentions out right in order to go forward with the chance of this relationship. You need to know that things are going to change for the better, and you need to know that you also need to listen to your own advice sometimes, not the little devil that's sat on your shoulder, but your own advice in things. And we've got the Page of Swords, so you also need to know that your mental clarity will increase. You are very good at overseeing things. All of these things come into play with the relationship or potential relationship. You need a new phase in your life. You need new things to come around, and these things are coming around for you, but you have to wait a little bit longer, and you have to have faith in the universe. And you need to, as I say, you need to use your mind in a very positive way. You need to have clear thinking, and caution as well. When the Four of Swords, you need to know when to push and when to back off from what you're doing. This is a learning. You need to have a learning time. You need to increase your spirituality. You need to believe more. You need to know that there are going to be times when you're going to get displeased or you're going to get disappointed because things are not going as fast as you want them to, and you can't click your fingers and make it all happen overnight. But it is happening, and it will happen. There are changes coming around, and you need these changes to come around. You need that harvest to come in, and you need, to a certain extent as well, you also need to let go with the universe a little bit and just know that it's going to be alright. It's going to happen. Let's look at her side of things and let's see what's happening with her and what needs to happen. Now she's got the Tower. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Eight of Wands, and she's got the Tower as well. So if we'll start off with the Ace of Wands. She needs excitement in her life, especially at the moment. She needs to have ambition, which she needs to be able to strive for something, create things. There's a certain amount of healing that needs to be done on her part, and she needs to know that you can't tell her, but she is going to come into a new phase of things, into a new cycle of things, which is going to lead to new ventures and new relationships. She needs a certain amount of high energy in her life to keep her going, and she needs to stay with her creativity. She needs to be creative, or as creative as she can be, depending on what her world allows her to do or expand on. She needs a new beginning. She's wanting a new beginning, and she needs that new beginning. in order to go forward with the relationship. It's an ace. It's, you know, it's the start of a new cycle for her that's coming around. We've also got the Eight of Wands, which is a slightly more difficult card in terms of what she wants. Again, as agreeing with the Knight of Coins to a certain extent, there is a swiftness to things that are going to come in and sort of rock her world soon, and it's needing to happen. There's going to be a lot of fast moving events going on in her life, things coming in with great swiftness, happenings, which are going to be fast moving, which she might have a problem trying to keep up with, but these things need to come into her life. She needs, her goals are within reach, her goals are there or getting there regarding relationships, and it points towards good conclusions, but certain things obviously need to happen in order for this to come about. Eight of Wands also sometimes promises new love, and in a relationship reading it is promising a new love that is going to come towards her. Now obviously it's you that I'm doing the reading for. She has no idea we're doing her half of the reading as well. These are some of the things that she has no idea about, is not aware of. These are her internal energies, things she thinks about, and things that are going to happen that she doesn't know are going to happen. Again, it talks of a situation that may be stagnant, which is going to suddenly start moving very quickly and change. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And quick results coming round. She needs the tower to fall. She needs the man-made structures to fall. I feel that there are arguments going on around her, and there is going to be a need for some sort of upheaval, the breakdown of things in order to rebuild with solid foundations and to go forward with. But there has to be the breakdown to be the breakthrough within the relationship that she's in now. That has to come about, obviously. There is going to be divine intervention in this. There are going to be things beyond her control that are going to come in. It's going to be divine timing and divine intervention that is going to, everything happens for a reason, and this is one of the things that she needs to happen in her life. It's getting rid of old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, and completely rebuilding. And again, it talks of rapid changes, things. This is the third card now of things that may come about rapidly. So whether, and obviously it's the relationship, so it's going to be something relating to her relationship, that is her current relationship, that is going to come around very quickly, very rapidly. It's going to be catastrophic. Some of her worries are going to come true. And she needs to not cling to the past. She needs to move forward from it. But there is a lot of unexpected changes, both within her current relationship and changes in her way of thinking and changes in her attitude as well, that are going to come around, and it's going to drive her to know that changes need to be made and changes are going to happen, and some of them are going to be karmic, divine intervention that come through, and it depends how much she goes with the flow on it. You know, is how much she's going to deal with what she needs to deal with to get through. It's if she's going to go with the flow, or whether she's going to resist some of the changes that are going to come around. I don't think she's going to resist too much, but I think there is going to be some anguish there. Of course there is. Of course there's going to be pain, you know, no matter what she thinks of you or wants from you or needs from you. You know, the situations that she's in at the moment, it's going to be painful to a certain extent for her. Okay, let's get on to the third section, which is the good stuff. This is what you think of her, whether you know it or not, and what she thinks about you. So the 3 cards that have come up for what you think about her. You've got the High Priestess, you've got the 3 of Wands, and you've got the Page of Wands there. You think she's very beautiful, obviously. You think she's mysterious to a certain extent. You also think of her as mysterious sometimes because you don't know the answers, because you can't read her mind, but you think of her as an all-round sort of well-balanced person, but also I think you're aware that there is a lot of things going on underneath the surface with her. You need to listen to your intuition and your gut instinct on that, and also be aware that you can't tell her any of this. It's not the time. Things will come about. I've told you in a previous reading that there will be an opportunity window opening around Christmas, I think I said, where she will start to open up to you. So you see her as well balanced, wise, full of wisdom, and you see her as very, very feminine as well. You really fancy her. You see her as life force. You see her as complete balance. Your twin flame, your yin and yang to your yin and yang, that sort of thing. And the feminine side. I think you're very much a man's man. You're quite macho at times, and you do see her as quite feminine. We've also got the 3 of Wands. So you think of her as having a lot of inner strength. You think of her as a new beginning, as a new beginning going forward, which is going to bring meaning to your life. You think of her as possibly a good friend, and you think of her as being helpful, and well-meaning, and you're quite taken with her, let's put it that way. You do see her as being quite level-headed, but also creative. You are also, with it being 3 of Wands, well aware that there's more than one person involved. And you need to stay optimistic. I've not revealed the outcome card yet, but I will do. You see her as a new beginning, in your life. And we've got the Page of Wands as well. So you also see her as a potential lover, or as a lover, as a partner. You see her as faithful. You see her as having a consistency, stability about her. And again, it points to new beginnings as well. And she's a reliable person. She's a reliable woman. Maybe she can be quite studious as well sometimes. But you see her as happy news. You see her as happy news coming in for you. So you think very highly of her. You have some really good feelings there and good thoughts about the way you feel about her. I can't remember which way they went. I think it was something like that. Now let's see what she thinks of you. She daydreams a lot. She can daydream a lot. She thinks of you as a hard worker, somebody who's very family orientated or can be very family orientated. She also thinks of you as a responsible person, solid, somebody who has leadership or the potential to have leadership, and a lot of trustworthiness. She also trusts you, and she can see you as quite affectionate as well. She also sees you as the Ten of Cups, so she sees you in a very perfect way at the moment. Obviously she doesn't, neither of you know each other inside out yet, so obviously there are times when you are a complete pain in the arse, and there's going to be times when she's a complete pain in the arse, and you will learn to get around that and accept each other's foibles and darker sides of each other. But at the moment, the way she sees you, for the way you show yourself to her, she sees you as a really good person. She sees you as love. She sees you as that perfect union. God, don't blurt this one out to her. And she also sees you as the Three of Cups. So when she thinks about you, when she's looking at you, she sees you with an optimism. She sees you with the chance of a potential relationship that can grow. She sees you as joy, celebration, fulfillment. She sees you as a healing force as well within her life, and as happy blessings towards her. So again, and a happy conclusion as well. So again, she sees you in an amazing way. So let's put these cards back. So there is a lot of stuff going on here. Right, let's have a look at your opposing, or sort of the forces that are coming in between you, which is here, which is this middle section. So we're starting off with, so I'll turn these around for you. We've got the Three of Coins. We have got the Eight of Cups. We've got the Death card as forces that could come in between you. So starting off with or could work with you, their forces to help or hinder. So we're starting off with the Three of Coins. It's all about working towards a long-term goal. You know that this is not going to be a fast process. You're working towards a goal. It's something that you're passionate about and you're working towards it, but it is going to, as a good force, that's fantastic because you're working towards it and it's all good. As a bad force, you have to have patience. You have to have the patience. It is going to bring around long-term results for you, and it can bring about secure, positive beginnings as well. So that's sort of it is a good force, but on the bad side of things, you need to have patience. It's something that you're striving towards and that you're working towards. We have the Eight of Cups. as an opposing force with this, you need to not concentrate on disappointment, but there are going to be disappointments along the way. There is going to be sadness along the way as well, to a certain extent, but there is an emergence from that water of a human, from an octopus. There is that emergence of a new beginning coming through. It's earthly progress. Again, having to have patience as you go through a regeneration. There is a regeneration has to happen before this relationship comes into play the way you want it to, the way she wants it to, even though she may not realise it yet. This regeneration has to happen. That tower has to fall. The death card has to happen. Things have to change. There has to be the transformation first of things on her side and also things on your side. Building solid foundations, the way you think, the way you feel, the inner work that you need to do, the not listening to the little devil on your shoulder, to not constantly have these inner conflicts and learn to control them. These are coming in as opposing forces or forces holding you apart. So these things need to happen. This transformation needs to happen, and in order for that transformation to happen, it is, there are going to be certain parts. There is going to be sadness, there is going to be pain, there is going to be confusion at times, and it's a journey into the unknown that you're going on. You are in a twin flame relationship. You're at the start of a long journey. You're at the start of a long journey into the unknown. And seeing as you're the more spiritual of the two of you at the moment, it's going to take you to pull her through certain times. The more you work on your spirituality, the more you know yourself, learn to love yourself, learn to be in control of your thoughts, realise one of the gifts that comes with being a twin flame is you become a co-creator. The more you learn all this and accept it, as you're doing that inner work, you're helping to pull her through, you're helping to heal her, you're helping her to go through universal things that need to be gone through. The universe will step in and help and support you in whatever way they need to bring this about, to bring the changes about, and things that can come in that initially can look just absolutely catastrophic. Once you get to the other side of that, you will come out better for it and a better person for it, and knowing things are working out. And this can more on her side than your side, a lot more on her side than your side, but nevertheless, things will still come up. You will have lessons brought up that you need to learn from and work through on an internal basis, which is going to help towards the relationship. Emotion, it's looking for the deeper meaning of life. And we've got the death card. So obviously the death card is complete transformation. It's the complete shedding. It's death and rebirth. There has to be a death and a rebirth in order for this relationship to get underway. There is profound change that is going to happen. Destruction. It's going to lead, though, to new situations, transitions, new renewal of things, the rebirth of things, and revolution. It's going to bring about all of these things, but it has to bring it about by death in order to rebirth. These are the forces that are in between at the moment that are going to have to happen in order for this relationship to happen, and there isn't any way around it. There isn't, these are the sort of things that are going to happen in order to get. So be prepared, not only for yourself but for her as well, because you are going to be the support system, either on a physical basis or on an internal spiritual basis, helping to bring her through, helping to pull her through and up and above some of the things that she will need to go through in order for this to come about. Now I'm sure you're dying to know what. Shall I be really? I'll go and make a cuppa and come back, shall I? No, I won't be that cruel. Your outcome card, which is basically, once I've shuffled all the cards, laid all the cards out, I just turn the pack over and see what the bottom card is. And your bottom card, when it was turned over, is the Lover's card. So congratulations, this is going to happen, but it ain't going to be all plain sailing for you. You've got the Lover's card as the outcome card. You've got the attraction, the love, the soul connection, the twin flame connection in this case. There is only so many twins in the world, and they have to go through hell basically to get together eventually. So there is a strong attraction between the both of you. It's going to turn into a lasting relationship eventually. Very well can and maybe will lead to marriage. A lot of harmonious interactions, and it's unity. It's getting together, and it's the love of each other on both a karmic basis and a physical basis. It is fate. It is divine power, and you need to keep the faith and keep trust in the universe in order to get there. It's depicting two people almost kissing, standing side by side, coming together in a harmonious way, and combining the understanding and the beauty of the relationship, and having a satisfactory relationship because of what's had to be worked through to get there, the hardships that may have to be gone through to reach that point. And it turns out that it will be a very positive relationship on all levels. It will be spiritually matched, mentally matched, physically matched. You know, you've got the perfect card for the perfect outcome. But remember that it's not an easy road. If you're on this road, it's not an easy road, and you have to be 100% committed to this no matter what happens. If you decide that you want to take up the Twin Flame Challenge and go through it, because you're here to light up the world together. You can do a lot of the work on your own. You're going to pull her through, but a lot of the time your main purpose of being together is to help raise the vibration of the earth to a place where there is no war, where we have peace and where we have happiness, and where we look at things in a different way, and it's to help pull everybody else up through. So in a way, when you start on this journey, you are a forerunner, and there is a lot that you need to learn. There's a lot of trials, tribulations, heartache to go through, that you will see coming up in your life and within this potential relationship. And it's a long road, but once you get there, the rewards is the Lover's card. The reward is far beyond your dreams, your expectations, anything you could ever want, and more. All of that going through. So all of this is amazing and fantastic, and it is harmony and it's success and you getting through. It also takes a lot of cooperation between your consciousness and your subconsciousness as well. So right, that is your reading. Let me have some feedback. Let me know what you thought. Keep in touch. Let me know how it's going. And amazing reading for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Namaste, blessings and light. Bye.